Let me ask you something real. Have you ever been in a place where you're still praying, but you don't even know why anymore? Where you wake up and think, God, if you don't show up soon, I don't know how much longer I can do this. If that's you, don't go anywhere. Because some of the greatest people in the Bible felt that exact same way. Right before God did something they never saw coming. Everyone knows Elijah the prophet, the bold one, the miracle worker. But no one talks about Elijah the broken man, the man who ran until his legs gave out, collapsed under a tree and whispered, God, I've had enough. Right after the biggest victory of his life, right after calling fire from heaven, he wanted to die. And God didn't preach at him. He didn't lecture him. He didn't say, try harder. God sent an angel with food, water, peace, and rest. Because God knows the difference between rebellion and exhaustion. And sometimes, the most spiritual thing God gives you is strength to breathe again. Then there's Peter. We talk about him walking on water, but the real moment that reveals Jesus' heart is when Peter sinks. Faith strong one moment, gone the next. The waves too big, the fear too loud, the courage completely gone. He doesn't pray a fancy prayer. He gasps 3 words, Lord, save me. And before the panic can pull him under, before the water swallows him, Jesus reaches for him immediately. Not when Peter swims back, not when Peter believes more, not when Peter fixes himself. Immediately, Jesus catches sinking people. He rescues collapsing people. And then there's the woman with the issue of blood. She wasn't pushing through the crowd like a warrior. She was crawling like someone who had nothing left. 12 years of pain, 12 years of doctors, 12 years of disappointment, 12 years of feeling invisible. Her faith wasn't bold, it wasn't polished, it wasn't impressive. It was a whisper in her heart. If I can just touch his robe. One trembling reach, one fragile thread of hope. And Jesus stops the crowd. Not for the people shouting, not for the people strong, but for the one woman who barely held on. Your faith has made you well. Not your perfection, not your confidence, your reaching. And she isn't the only one. Hannah prayed until she had no strength left, weeping so hard the priest thought she was drunk. She wasn't praying powerful prayers. She was praying broken ones, and God chose that moment to begin a story that would change a nation. Her tears weren't a sign of weak faith. They were the soil God grew a miracle in. Daniel didn't pray in the lion's den. He prayed the night before, when fear was real and obedience could cost him everything. He didn't feel invincible. He wasn't fearless. He simply opened his window and prayed anyway. Not because he felt strong, but because faith is often choosing God when your voice is shaking. And Thomas, people called him the doubter, but they forget he still showed up. He didn't hide his questions. He didn't pretend. He said, unless I see his wounds, I can't believe. And Jesus didn't avoid him. He walked straight to him, held out his hands and said, Here, see for yourself. Jesus meets honest doubt with honest compassion. Listen to me carefully. You don't need perfect faith. You don't need loud faith. You don't need unbreakable faith. You just need honest faith. Even if it's small, even if it's tired, even if it's hanging by a single thread. That thread is enough for God. Because the power of your faith has never been about the strength of your grip. It's about the strength of the one holding you. You think you're holding on to God, but the truth is, God is holding on to you, and he is not letting go.